I work at an agency which edits any type of videos so long as the price is right. I don't think I can do this anymore. Before any of you comment about anything, this economy is tough, alright? A loaf of bread could have been bought for a quarter a decade ago, but now the price has increased by 8-fold. And yes, I have tried taking the right path, whatever that means nowadays, but it's just too much of a grind. I even turned off the heat for blood's sake, and the air was already freezing cold. I have a life that I wish to enjoy. I can't spend 10 hours or more in front of a screen every day, working for an asshole such as this guy, just to repeat the cycle of working, making food, doing chores, taking a shit, and then going to bed. I don't know about you, but this isn't living. Yeah, my friend said as he was still chewing on his food. I can totally relate. And I really mean it. Tell you what. This lunch? Don't worry about it. It's on me. I invited you out, after all. I'll also do you another solid. How about you do this gig I'm doing? It's a bit of work, and I'll tell you some more about it, but you'll manage. The pay is quadruple, quintuple, or hell, even sextu, whatever the fuck times you're making right now. So how about it? Are you willing to give it a shot? I was contacted through Discord by this guy who went by the name Jeff. He would send me the videos and the instructions before ending with the following message. The due date is the XX of XX 20XX. Finishing early is for your own benefit. Finishing late would be undesirable. Harsh penalties are to be expected if the latter were to be the case. Best of luck. Yeah, saying that the work environment is sketchy would be an understatement. However, it really wasn't anything that bad, initially. The work consisted of me editing videos that were generally normal. Our company offered quality services after all. The strangest thing I'd seen at the beginning was some crying guy squatting on a pie. Apparently, the sound that the pie made was too low or something, and they wanted me to raise it a little bit more. Nevertheless, ignorance is bliss. The time limits were reached, work was simple, and, after 1 month, I received my paycheck just as Jeff said I would. The first thing I did when I saw the numbers go up was to turn on the heat. You might laugh at me for saying this, but once you taste an apple bought from an actual fruit market, the one from Walmart simply pales in comparison. I know, these little things might mean nothing to you, but they meant a lot to me, and they were supposed to mark the beginning of a more comfortable future. And it was all thanks to that friend of mine. I tried calling him, but he wouldn't respond. I would try to invite him out, but he'd either decline by saying that he didn't have the time or, if he did agree, just cancel at the last minute. He might seem like a bit of an asshole, but he always means good. He didn't deserve what happened to him. One thing I noticed was that the number of projects Jeff sent would increase as each week passed. Not only that, but it also became progressively more disturbing. I was actually expecting from day one to see something graphic. However, after getting used to only seeing videos of dogs dancing, it was quite shocking to finally see one. It was a low-quality video of some cartel members torturing a poor man who was bound to a chair. The man had already been beaten before the recording started and had several bruises and writings on his body. He was crying and begging his captors for something. One of them approached him and punched him in the face, silencing him temporarily. They held a piece of paper in front of him to read. He complied, and when he was finally done, he started pleading with them. That's when they started pulling out their weapons, a wooden bat, a hatchet, and a sledgehammer. Despite the video being only 15 minutes long, to me, it felt like almost an eternity. I can't even begin to imagine how it must have felt to be him. The client requested that each hit be made to sound more powerful than the last. The screams had to be distorted into an even more grotesque noise. Lastly, when the deed was done, I had to slowly zoom into his face. Every time I look into the mirror, I see that bruised and half-dead man strapped to the chair. Every night, when I go to bed, I hear those gut-wrenching screams echoing throughout my house. And every time I try to eat something, I struggle because the sight of meat reminds me of his deformed flesh. That poor man isn't the only one. In the following 9 months, I witnessed so goddamn many people getting butchered, torn, and massacred mercilessly, all to entertain some twisted sick fuck. During this time, I kept telling myself that I wasn't hurting anyone and that I just had to keep on completing these never-ending tasks, reach the short deadlines, and I'd be alright. I'm not. I can't. This is all too much for me. I have a plan to get out of this, wrote my friend. Just wait. I have this friend who is a cop. I'll contact you once I am done. I waited and waited until I received a video of him the following day from Jeff. I have been stuck in the tepid mess that is my apartment ever since then. Whether it's a scream from my television or my computer, or neither, doesn't matter. They're all the same. Other than writing this and opening the door 3 times a day for my DoorDash driver, I've been editing and working. I don't think I can do this anymore.